Welcome back, everyone. Last week, let's see, what did we do? We saw the dead hanging body of Mr. Jeeves, and then moved along after it was cut down to the Vistani camp, where we met lots of Vistani that were having fun, and pretty much up until a woman gave birth to a baby that wouldn't cry. And then you all had your fortunes told by Madame Eva. There was some beliefs, I guess, some superstitions that the Vallaki, excuse me, that the Vistani believe about children that are born in Barovia sometimes have no souls, and that souls can be carried. The souls of the lost can be carried by the ravens. Of course, no one knows if this is hogwash or not. But speaking of ravens, Alexandra, was visited by her raven that she also saw at the church that time. Seems to be sticking around quite a bit. And that raven's actually going to sit in and join us for the rest of the game today. So everyone say hi to the raven.
Hey, Raven.
And Raven, you can introduce yourself.
Caw.
Alright, so we have a raven visiting us, and you guys are still in the camp. The last thing that you remember is taking a long nap and waiting until morning. And as Alexandra is drifting off to sleep, she hears that box, that small little ornamental box that you guys pried open, and seemingly it was empty. It was humming a lovely tune. And when you wake up in the morning, you try as hard as you can, but you cannot remember what that tune was. But you remember it was just a very lovely tune. And only you heard it, Alexandra. So what would you all like to do?
I believe our plan was to move on to the village of Vallaki, wasn't it?
When they all get up, Jack is sitting nearby by a fire, and he's basically going to wave them all over. Out of character, do I actually have inspiration, or is that just a yellow star?
You do. You have inspiration that was gained when you guys put the souls to rest of the Thorn and Rose children.
Yeah, right at the end of the death house.
Okay. Well, yes, Jack's going to wave everyone over as they wake up. He's going to be very quiet, but he's going to be very insistent that they all gather round.
Okay, Elias complies with that.
What is it, my friend?
Assuming Jeeves is there as well?
I am, yes.
My friends, I've been out of sorts for several days now. Since that incident in the library. And I just wanted to... I want to tell you all a story. And I'm going to look at each of them in turn, as I'm very clearly talking about them and their situation. But I'm going to start with Elias. I want to tell you about a story of a boy twice orphaned, with no one further to look after him. Turn to Alexandria. I want to tell you a story. Daughter trained to push back the darkness for another generation.
Daddy?
Turn to Jeeves. And the story of that same young girl without the only guiding influence she can expect to have in this dark land. The next time it looks as if I've turned against us, kill me on the spot. We are not playing games here. Do you all understand me? And at this point, his face is screwed up into more rage than he's ever had before around any of these people. In fact, probably the first time they've ever seen him actually angry.
And what makes you think we weren't trying to kill you? We succeeded, didn't we?
You held back.
Tell
That
Jack.
The doppelganger's mind was two ways. You talked throughout. It was only after you established at Elias that you actually tried to end me. You held back until then. Don't do it again.
You stabbed me and threw me down a flight of stairs.
With my noodle arms. Great big girl like you. Well-trained fighter. Tiny thief mage.
Tiny thief mage who happens to be my friend. How was I supposed to know it wasn't you?
You assume it is, and I've gone insane.
Jack,
This is called the Demi-Plane of Dread. We are here. We might not get home. We are all we have, yes, but that does not change the fact of the matter. This place changes people. We cannot afford that kind of thing again.
Jack, I can't kill anyone in cold blood in such a way, even if you, especially since you're a friend. I can't end you that way. I would not be able to. I'm sorry.
Rubbing his face, then you're a greater fool than I ever was.
Make no mistake, Jack. I will end you, but only if it's proven to me that you are beyond redemption.
You're all going to get yourselves killed. Very annoyed, but no longer angry.
I'm going to go wake our guides. At the very least, they can lead us to the edge of Wallachia, even if we're not allowed in.
Okay. You know that Burrelli and Stoccello kind of parted company. They're in separate tents.
I'll go wake Borelli first. He's going
That
to
may
need more
take
time to
forever.
recover after his beating last night.
Okay. You find Borelli in a tent, and everyone in the tent's snoring loudly. Giving him a good shake on the leg, he doesn't wake up. He just keeps snoring. You want to try and get a little more forceful?
I have a better idea. Were there any cups, empty wine glasses left over around the campfire from last night?
They were passing around flasks of wine, not really in glasses. So you could probably find some.
Any empty steins? Any rudimentary cup?
I'm sure you could find something. Yeah.
I'm going to take it, I'm going to walk down to the river's edge, fill it with water, carry it back, and dump it over his face.
Well, that works. What is this? Oh man, I feel like hammered dog shit. What is it?
After the beating you got last night, you look about the same.
Can I go back to sleep?
No, and I'm sorry, my friend. I know you're sore, but I figured I would wake you first, seeing as how it would probably take you a little bit longer to wake up due to your injuries. We're ready to disembark.
We are not disembarking. You may disembark. You paid us to take you to the camp. I have taken you to the camp.
And if I paid you a little bit more to guide us to the village?
What village?
To Wallachia.
Valaki does not like Vistani.
I never said you had to go in.
I'm a Vistana. They don't even like to see me outside their walls.
If that's the way you feel, then maybe Stacella will be just a little bit braver than you are.
Oh, for your sake, I hope so. I don't mean to be rude, but I have a killer hangover.
Go back to bed.
He just flops down. Alright, so Stoccello's tent's not too far away. When you peek into Stacello's tent, he's actually awake.
I must admit, I'm surprised to see you awake so early.
Good morning, lady. Yes, I had problems sleeping last night.
After how much everyone drank, I find that hard to believe.
Yes, I had my fair share as well, but I held back.
My friends and I are just about ready to disembark. We were wondering if you'd at least guide us halfway to the village of Wallaki.
No, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I think it is best that I stay here in the camp. I'm going to keep an eye on Yoshka.
All right, if that's your choice. We will be leaving then, but we wish you well, and perhaps we'll meet again.
Indeed. Trust me, it's better I stay here. And if you see Yosuke out on the road, don't consider him a friend. Hopefully I won't be far behind.
Try poorly to persuade him.
He begs you to come a little closer, and he whispers, "Look, I think that you really upset Yosuke yesterday. That's why he was trying to give you these potions, right? The ones I warned you about. I think you may have to consider him an enemy. And if I keep my eyes on him, this will be better for you."
Incline my head, thank him, and move on.
Thank you, my friend. We will take our leave.
Looks like we're on our own, gentlemen.
Long days and pleasant nights to you, my friends.
And to you as well.
Alright, so you guys exit the tent, and what next?
Even after the chat with Jeeves last night, Alexandra still seems a little, not so much distracted as a little bit down in the dumps. It's easy to tell this as she's rolling up her camp roll and stuffing it back into her bag.
You see that there's a footpath that follows along the river, and then there's the road that you came in on. If you exit the camp, those are the two most easy routes to explore. You know that the route south leads back to the sign that you saw.
Which way shall we go, gentlemen?
I only know that in a vague sense we have to go west. I in a map that I recall. You could take this footpath here.
We could. It would be much more helpful if we had someone who knew these lands to guide the way, but I guess we're out of luck on that aspect.
Alright.
And we could at least ask for directions, I suppose, even if they don't come with us. So Elias takes a look around. Are there any Vistani wandering around outside, Mike?
No, they're all asleep. They don't even really have anyone out on watch. They're so confident that nothing's going to happen to them.
That must be nice.
It's early in the morning. Mist clings pretty thick here. You've never seen the sun while you've been in Barovia, and you can't now as well. It's very overcast. It looks like it may rain soon. And with the thunder that you heard last night, you're pretty sure it's going to hit sometime today.
Well, whatever we decide, we should probably make our decision quickly.
Well, I would say I'm fairly certain that we came from a southern direction, and I want to say that this footpath will lead us west, but I'm not certain. The safest thing to do, if we don't ask for direction, would be to go back where we came from and use the sign to direct us. But
I'm partial to following the river myself.
yes, we could do that. Also, I'm not exactly too excited about revisiting those gallows where we saw the apparition of Mr. Jeeves. I'm not sure exactly what we might face if we go back there. So,
I agree they should be avoided at all costs.
Yeah.
so let's try following the river then.
Look over at the Raven. Don't suppose you know a way?
Okay, so it's decided. You guys are following the river?
Indeed.
Yes.
Alright, as you begin your travels, I'll update the map here. A little bit. You follow the river to the base of a canyon, at the far end of which a great waterfall spills into a pool, billowing forth clouds of cold mist. A great stone bridge spans the canyon nearly 1,000 feet overhead.
Oh.
Yes, as you followed the river, you went deeper and deeper as these cliffs, just began to rise on either side of you, and you found yourself in a very deep cavern. So across the pool is this giant waterfall, but you stand just on this side of the pool where the footpath still exists. It looks like there's no way back up to the main route from here, unless you can climb 1,000 feet of slick surface.
I got my slippers.
Yeah, but they don't work on slick surfaces.
We appear to have reached an impasse, gentlemen. Maybe we should turn back and go back to those gallows after all.
It would appear so. I would not have expected this.
Yeah. Is there anything else of note down here?
Roll a perception check. It's pretty good. Yeah, you can see there's a deer drinking some of the water just on the other side of the bridge, not too far away from you. It doesn't see you. And you just hear the sorry. You hear the bubbling.
I saw that.
Yeah. You hear the bubbling of the river, and just the smell of the water in the air spraying from the waterfall.
Okay, so nothing out of place.
I guess the cat is out of the bag. Our Raven friend is being controlled by Brainiac.
Hello. Sorry.
Caw!
No, it's fine. I'm kind of glad, anyways, because
Okay.
not that a Raven can add much to conversation, but it's just
Yeah.
You
know,
sound like you're talking from across the room, though, Brainiac.
Yeah. Mic might be a little off. I'll see if I can modify it.
That's a little better.
But yeah, with your perception rolls, you feel very confident that you would have spotted anything kind of out of the ordinary.
Is there anything suspicious about the deer? I'll take that as a no.
Apparently not.
Although the longer he goes without answering me, the more sketchy this seems.
Oh, what were you, what was the question?
I said, is there anything suspicious about the deer?
Oh, I thought you were asking your companions.
How would we know?
No, I
It's
don't know.
radiating a
If you
strong
felt-
magical aura.
That deer is sketchy as fuck.
What you consider suspicious might not be what I consider suspicious, but it looks just like a deer. Regular old deer. A regular
All
old
right, well-
suspicious deer.
Okay, now you got me pissed. Let's kill a deer.
It would make for good rations. For good food.
Yep, let's kill the deer.
How would you like to do so?
Bow and arrow.
Isn't it across the river, though?
Yeah, you'll have to cross the river to get to it.
Damn.
Plus, butchering it and preparing it and all that good stuff is going to take a good part of the day.
Now let's just leave the deer alone and head back to the gallows.
Agreed.
Okay. So you guys pass once again through the Vistani camp. Everyone's still sleeping. When you get
That's
to
not
the
surprising.
when you get to the gallows, mist clings heavily around. It looks the same as when you left it. An old wooden gallows creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. Well, it did before you cut it down. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in three directions. Barovia Village, to the east, Searpool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Vallaki to the southwest. The northwest forks, slants down, and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in fog. And from inside that small little cemetery, you hear the echoless quack of a duck.
Oh, you put the duck there. All right.
It's a graveyard duck.
Sounds like breakfast. Let's get it.
Roll a perception check, everyone. Oh, excellent.
Man, I am not doing well with those tonight.
I thought you were rather sympathetic to creatures and such, Alexandra, but it seems today that you just want to kill them and eat them.
Well, these are natural creatures like deer and duck.
That has to be a monster for her to care about it, huh?
All right. Well, with unless you have a reply for that, don't let me interrupt you, Alexandra.
What exactly are you implying, Elias?
And I just find it curious that you wanted to help the Alrunia that we ran into in the basement of the death house, but you're quite all right with the handling of all of the creatures.
It was unique and it was starving. It needed our help.
The uniqueness is the key. See. So what do we perceive about this duck, exactly?
The duck looks like a non-suspicious duck. However, down the road, just outside of the mist, you can barely see it. You do see something else. And what it is... I lost the description, so I'll just do it from memory.
Did the raven follow us?
Yes, the raven's still with you. Ah, there we go. Here we go. I found the description. Through the mist comes a skeletal warhorse and rider, both clad in ruined chainmail. The skeletal rider holds up a rusted lantern that sheds no light.
Well, that's curious.
Yeah. Its skull and its hollow eyes are pointed towards you, but it doesn't look like it's rushing to attack or anything. Just at the far end. It looks like it's wandering around.
Should we reunite it with the duck?
Quack, quack, quack.
Should we continue on?
I can hear you. But I'm not there.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I mean, if he hasn't seen this, we could probably move on.
Well, he was looking right at you.
It
but
was
then he,
pointing at us, yeah.
Yeah.
he was looking right at you, but then he began to just kind of wander around.
It gave me a bit of a scare. At first glance, I thought it was the Lord Strahd riding his horse, but apparently it's just a skeleton. I
Is that
suppose
hostile?
It doesn't appear to be.
Has it seen us?
You're pretty sure it
Yes.
did.
It was pointing at us.
It kind of lifted its lightless lantern towards you.
Point back and say, "Ho there, who goes?"
It doesn't do anything.
Do you have sentience or are you a robot?
I'm gonna pick up the duck and hold it out in offering.
Make a stealth check. The duck doesn't let you.
Damn it. Somebody else pick up the duck and hold it out in offering.
Fair assertion.
I can try and- I can do
Vicious
it.
creatures.
What was that, Brainiac?
That's a pretty fair assertion. Ducks can be pretty vicious creatures.
I love that you're
Geese
doing
are
all the
meaner.
bird noises for us tonight.
Geese are meaner and swans are meaner than geese.
True, but
Is anyone else attempting to offer the duck?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Good old Jeeves, go ahead and stealth out.
Ah!
Wow, okay. You sneak up on the duck with your echoless footsteps. Roll a strength check.
Oh lord.
How strong is this duck?
It's just a
Vicious
grapple
beast.
check.
You failed!
It's
Oh
slippery.
god. It's not a duck, it's a cuckoo!
Oh
It's a
lord.
graveyard duck.
It beat you in the face with its wings and hopped back down to the ground.
Yeah, you failed, Jeeves. I'm sorry.
Story of my life.
You feel like you snuck up on it really well, but when you went to grab it, it just kind of popped out of your arms.
Okay, well, since everyone else is doing, Elias will give it a shot.
Alright, roll a stealth check.
Alright.
An advantage. Oh, you,
Whoa.
Oh, that's at...
Three.
Is this... Oh, it's because of your,
That's my armor,
armor.
yeah. The duck seems to be coming from a mile away.
Yes, it is tired of being harassed, and the duck flies away.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It is a duck, a graveyard duck no more. It is now a woods duck.
Why do I get the feeling this is gonna come back to bite us in the ass later?
Can we shoot it down?
The skeletal rider just kind of looks at you like, I don't know, a bunch of people chasing a duck, and then it just continues to kind of wander around on its horse.
I'm going to try approaching it slowly with my arms held where it can see them.
It seems to pay you no mind. It turns away from you and starts to very slowly walk away.
Wait, before you leave, why do you wander aimlessly?
You can tell that it either can't hear you or can't, or just doesn't respond.
Bless you.
Right here.
I'm going to do something potentially foolish. I'm going to light my lantern and hold it up for it.
All right. When you do that, it does nothing.
Okay, I'm going to put the lantern away.
This is a nice idea, though. I like that.
Well, the skeleton's lantern is not lit. Could we perhaps try to light his lantern for him?
You can try whatever you'd like. Just tell me you want to do it. I'll let you know what happens.
Let's see. I think I have some matches somewhere, but I don't see them in my inventory. I'm pretty sure that's in like the mess kit or something.
No, mess kit would be for food, but you have to cook food, so I don't know when matches were invented.
I feel like I've seen them.
I think this is here. They're called
I have a
sparks.
tinderbox.
Yeah, a tinderbox would be more appropriate.
Oh, there we go.
1805.
Okay,
At least
so
you're at least you're talking modern self-igniting match, 1805.
yeah, we're not that far along. Okay, so who's going to attempt this?
Elias.
Elias, as you draw closer to the horseman and the rider, you see that the lamp is so old and dilapidated. It's got no wick, no oil. It's just the shell of an old busted lamp.
Well, that's just as well because Elias wasn't too keen on lighting a fire anyway because he's not a big fan.
I still have my old lamp that I could give him. I have the old torch, and then I have the new hook I took from the death house. He can have my torch, so I will light the torch and try to give it to the skeleton.
Okay. So, as you're walking up and holding up this torch as the skeletal horse continues to walk, the smell of rot coming off of the rotted horse and the skeletal horse is faint, but it's still existent. And it kind of pauses for a moment and looks at you, drops its lantern, and takes your torch. And then it nods and continues walking.
Huh.
Just another lost soul, then.
It would seem so. Now we can carry on then.
Indeed. I bow to the skeleton, and we continue on our way.
Alright. Doesn't take too long before you get to the bridge that you saw earlier. It's a couple of miles to travel.
Now
About
can we
2.5.
shoot the deer?
What was that?
Now can we shoot the deer?
The deer is no longer there.
Damn it.
You follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of a mountain and ends before an arcing bridge, mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles cloaked in black moss perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weathered and worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley.
I'm gonna roll a perception check because I want to make sure that those gargoyles aren't freakish things that will come to life and try to kill us.
Be like Goliath.
They look
I'm
like
not doing well with these rolls tonight.
old, weathered and worn, ancient statues.
We need to take their heads anyway.
Stone by day, warriors by night.
That was a Gargoyles the cartoon reference.
Turn right.
Yes, it was.
That was actually my first question when he was planning this. Are you going to have gargoyles, and are they going to be stuck being evil?
Alright, so are you going to try to cross the path, or...
I want to take the heads off of those statues before we do.
And what would you like to use?
My hand axe.
You want to use a hand axe on a statue.
Good luck.
Well, I don't have a chisel or anything like that, so...
Okay.
Quarryman hammer.
Roll an attack roll to hit. Alright, you crack it really hard. Roll damage and double it.
So
Alright.
I have a crowbar.
You crack part of the head off. It doesn't come to life or anything. It just seems to be a stone statue.
Okay, good.
Good hit.
Well, I'm satisfied. Let's continue on.
Very well.
Carefully.
Yeah, can I check for traps?
Sure.
Paranoia or thoroughness? I'm just curious.
Paranoia and thoroughness are both good.
Okay. Yeah. So mathematician's answer, yes.
Yes. Mr. Cheese.
Considering that everything in this land has tried to kill us, including the cobwebs, yeah.
It looks pretty slippery, but you don't think that it's perilously so over the bridge? You don't detect any malicious traps or anything like that?
Okay.
Are you all going to cross at once, or...?
I'll go across.
Well, I already walked across, so...
Okay. Yeah, everyone gets across that wants to get across. And then you continue on. And you come to... a huge fence. Like, remember when you originally came into Barovia? There was the giant headless statues on either side of an enormous fence that that swung open just a little bit and then closed behind you. This looks like it was done by the same kind of architects. It's the same setup, only the heads are intact. Even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits into two, widening towards the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. And I didn't update the map, so you guys probably don't see that.
Oh.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, the southern route is where you cross the bridge. Alright, so these gates are just barely open enough for... Well, you could walk in two people at a time if you'd like, but as compared to the size of these gates, they could be opened up much wider.
Which way's north, Mike? Is it up?
Yes.
Okay, so the path leading away from the gates is the one that's well travelled.
Yes. The north and northwestern. Through that patch of trees you see beyond.
I suggest we keep to the cobblestone. It's far more likely to lead to the village of Wallachia.
Right.
Okay. You continue on, and you get to a fork in the road.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, that's not
When you
east.
first revealed that, I thought it said Old Sandwich Road. I'm sorry.
Good old Sandwich Road. That is the best road.
I'm sorry.
The old Svalage Road transitions here from being a winding path through the Balanok Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters dark and still. A branch in the road leads west to a promontory, atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare.
That
Check
could
out
be the windmill from the deed.
Yeah.
So did you want to get closer to the windmill?
Well, I'm up for investigating if you are, gentlemen, but I thought we were on our way to the town.
The top of the windmill looks kind of onion-domed. And you haven't seen windmills like that anywhere else except for the family crest of the Dursts.
I suppose we could check it out. It shouldn't take that long since it's just a windmill.
The famous last words. Just a windmill.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Like it was just a house.
Yeah, really.
The onion-domed edifice leans forward and to one side as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky. You see gray brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway, leading to the building's interior. And at this point, the raven squawks and perches above the doorway and kind of hollers at you.
Having difficulty trying to figure out if that's a sign that it wants us to go in or if it wants us to avoid this place.
Roll insight.
It doesn't seem to try and deter us.
Wow.
You can tell that it's warning you of danger.
Danger that we can handle, or danger that we should investigate.
I don't think it could communicate that much to us.
Roll perception. Oh, Mr. Jeeves, you smell... Oh, and Alexandra. You both smell the delicious aroma of some kind of mincemeat pie. Alexandra recognizes it.
Oh, pie lady.
Yeah, fuck this, I'm going in. I'm sorry, my bird friend, but I need one of those pies.
You might have to scroll down on that image to see the very bottom of it, but that is kind of the general shape of the windmill. Mr. Jeeves is going AFK. All right. So, are you going to knock, or are you just going to go in?
Well, first I'm going to lure the bird back to my arm and give it a stroke to comfort it.
And what does the bird do, aside from make that sound that I love, because it's what a raven would sound like?
For a moment, the raven almost seems to be shooting a sideways glance at Alexandra, as if to say, "You deserve what happens."
If you're that worried for me, my little feathered friend, then just wait outside. We'll be back.
The raven cocks its head, almost as if considering her words. And rapidly preens behind one wing and settles down. The raven's gonna stay.
All right.
Time to...
Did we want to give Mark a chance to get back?
Yeah.
We'll wait 1 literal minute.
One cue the final Jeopardy music.
Oh, please no. If there ever was a song that could easily be stuck in a head, that's the one.
Well, since you're waiting for a minute, I'm gonna go get a drink.
That's fine. So in Fantasy Grounds, if you right-click on an image, you can resize. There's a little resize thing on the right. And then you can stretch the bottom right corner around to also kind of resize it. If you wanted to see the whole thing.
You can also just scroll your mouse wheel over it, too.
Yeah, but that just kind of moves it around, right? Well, it zooms in and out, but it doesn't make it, like, tiny.
If you zoom all the way out, it gives it the original size, though.
I guess you could resize the window and then use and then you could scroll out and make it as small as you want it to be.
I'm watching a hamster give itself a dust bath. This is the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
I've always wanted a chinchilla.
This hamster's cuter.
Than the chinchilla. I mean, come on. Chinchillas are amazingly cute.
I know, I wouldn't think it possible, but this hamster is just too damn adorable. I'll share the video when the session's over.
Oh, it's a video, it's not yours?
No.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay, so
Welcome back.
Alexandra's about to go in the door. Is there anything you wanted to do, Mr. Jeeves?
If I say not to. I mean, the place looks rather rickety, and that lady is, she's, I don't know, she's pretty conniving.
I'm going to knock.
Okay.
Okay. I'll stand to one side of her on guard.
Huh, let me see here. If I can find out what her perception is. Alright. It takes a second, but you kind of hear some clunk, 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 and then ring, the door opens, and out perches the head of the woman that you saw previously that was selling her pies in Barovia. She said, "Ah, one of my favorite customers. Welcome. Have you come to buy my pies? I've got some in the oven."
Shut up and take my money.
Not.
She will shut up and take your money.
I didn't actually say that. I'm just being the smartass. Sorry.
Elias is standing where the pie lady can't see her. They had not quite a great interaction last time, so he's not visible right now.
Ah, my least favorite customer that she can't see, so she didn't really say that.
Actually, I would be interested in purchasing another pie if you had one handy.
Absolutely, my
That is
dear.
a terrible idea, and you should not do it, Alexandra.
She goes and grabs a fresh hot pie. Looks delicious. 1 gold, please.
Hand her 5 and say, "These are yours if you agree to not sell my friend any more pies."
But she likes the pies. What's wrong with them?
I'm not entirely sure just now, but I'm sure that there is something. According to my friend here, people are willing to sell you their children for a continued supply, and nothing like that can be healthy.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's nice to have a few little hands to help out around the place. If their parents are horrible enough to sell their children for a few pies, do they really need children anyway?
While I agree with your logic,
You've got a point.
I still have problems with the premise. Look around. Do I see any other children?
Roll a perception check. No.
Fail.
Need one from Jack, though. Jack, the tines on the windmill are barely moving because they hardly have anything on them. And it doesn't look like it's been very well maintained, but it's making this creak noise that's kind of hard to hear anything over, that would be subtle. Any subtle sounds are being washed out. But no, you don't detect the presence of any children anywhere. Oh, Lord.
There you go.
I see no children around, for instance, yet you say they help. Where are they?
Elias, I don't know if you want to tell anyone, but
Yeah, well-
you think you may have heard a sniffle from the window up top. Sounded like
I'll
it
step
could have
forward.
been a child.
I'll step forward and mention such to my friends, but not to Alexandra, who's closest to the pie lady, just to Jeeves and Jack.
All right. Alexandra, roll a perception check.
I am not doing well with these tonight. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're fairly confident that you got the message across to them without Alexandra hearing.
Well, the idea is just that the pie lady is not alerted, but I suppose it wouldn't really matter either way.
Yes, she is also equally, literally, equally unaware.
Critical fail on both parts.
Shut up.
Are there any other entrances to the windmill?
The windows.
Are there windows on the windows on the first floors, or just the second and third?
There's windows on the second and third.
Jeeves has his boots of spider climb.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that, actually. Am I out of earshot from the lady?
She can see you where you're at right now.
Actually, I guess I could use my little thief talk.
You get a message across to Jack. He's the only one that can understand that.
He's next to Elias, right?
Yeah.
I still would like to buy one of the pies at least.
So I'm gonna motion. I'm gonna step outside, and I'm gonna scale up the outside.
Okay. While you're doing that, Morgantha is going to sell a pie. So that will be 1 gold.
Alexandra, if you reach for it, I will slap it out of your hand, set it on fire, or both.
Okay, Mr. Jeeves begins to scale the wall, and he gets up to the second window. I'll describe what you see inside. Let's see. There seems to be a broom that you can see sitting in there with... let's see, it looks like a blood-stained apron thrown on a table. It's also caked in flour. There's a... The window is kind of caked with dirt, so you have to wipe it off. It doesn't let you see very well in there. But it looks like it's about an 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large millstone that's connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room. And you think you might be able to see a staircase in there that would continue up. And you know there's another window above where you're at.
Okay. Can I walk up the outside? On the outside again to the next window?
Yes. Let's see. Above that is another dirty window that you have to wipe clean. You see a wooden closet and it looks very rotted. There's 3 crates there, stacked one on top of another, with small doors set into them. And next to that is a closet. Looks like a bunch of discarded clothing. And then there's a ladder that looks like it goes up some more, but you don't see any more windows above you at that level.
Soylent children.
Yeah, what kind of clothing was it? Is it like her size or not her size?
It's hard to tell because it's all piled up and there's not a lot of light in there. But roll a perception check.
He has a torch. Or a lantern.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Is
Yeah,
the window open?
you can't tell much. The window is not open.
Is it locked?
You pull on it and you feel like you could probably get in with your knowledge of getting into windows.
Okay, I'm gonna get into this window.
All right, you begin to open the window, and then Alexandra, do you produce a gold coin or not?
I've been trying to.
I've
All
been
right.
arguing with
So, out in Alexandra's hand is a golden coin. Jack, were you bluffing?
All the while this is happening, Elias is smiling to himself, seeing how this is a great distraction for what Jeeves is doing up top. He's kind of watching both situations.
I must insist that you not do this, Alexandra. I mean it when I say I will set the pie on fire.
And as you're saying this, plucked from her hand, Morgantha has taken the coin and is extending the pie out towards Alexandra now.
Who said anything about eating it right away?
Well, it does smell delicious.
Yes, it may smell delicious, but I have no intention of eating it right now.
Yet you still admit to having a desire to eat it, so you can't be trusted.
So then hold it for me.
My
That's
dear,
what
these
I-
pies are best enjoyed when you have a moment to sit down somewhere.
Just out of character, I make mince pies
Take the
for
pie.
Christmas, and they're
Hide the
delicious.
pie.
Mark, you're eating a pie right now?
No, I make mince pies every Christmas, and they're delicious. For real.
Oh yeah, it's totally a British thing. My grandmother made them
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And whenever Cheyenne makes one, she always sings Sweeney Todd songs. Pretty Women?
That's the wrong song.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I need to add that to my cooking technique. Okay, sorry, back on track.
Okay, back in character. Pie is now in hand. Jeeves, you're inside the upper floor. Go ahead and roll another perception check. Now that you're closer, you can hear some kind of whimpering coming from one of those crates.
Lord, the pies are made of children.
I'm gonna,
Of course.
I'm gonna quietly open that box.
When you open the crate, you see a terrified young little girl inside.
I motion to her to be quiet and keep quiet.
She holds her arms up at you.
Okay. Let me check the other boxes as well while I'm there before I take her.
Okay, you open another box and you see a young boy. And he doesn't look as scared, but he climbs out of the box and you find that the third crate, the topmost crate, is empty. And
Okay,
you can
so
easily
I'm not-
see now that the pile of clothes are indeed children's clothing.
Wow. Okay, so I motion for them to be quiet and stay still. And I'm gonna
Only
sneak out
dead
that
children
window.
don't need clothes.
Yeah. Back down, and then I'm gonna thief talk to Jack about what's going on upstairs.
Okay. So Morgantha, while you're talking, she's talking to Alexandra and she's saying, "You're welcome to come back anytime, dearie, and buy more pies." Will that conclude our business today?
No, she's not.
Actually, I did have some questions. Since we're going to be around here in a while, you might as well answer them for me.
Go ahead.
How long have you been in this business of making pies?
Oh, quite a while, actually. What else?
And where exactly do you get the ingredients? It doesn't seem as if you have a lot of money to spend aside from what you make on the pies.
Well, I only use the finest of ingredients, as I've told you before, and I have plenty of money thanks to these delicious pies. A gold piece is hard to come by, and these sell like hotcakes.
And yet you haven't been out to Barovia in quite some time to be making pie runs.
Oh, surely I have. You just missed me. By this amount of time, when you're speaking in Thieves' Cant, it takes a little longer to get the message across while you're doing it on the sly. But, just out of character, go ahead, Mr. Jeeves, and tell Jack exactly what you wanted him to understand, because he will understand it.
Okay. So I'm going to tell Jack that I went up 2 stories and there are 2 children that are locked in boxes that I've released and told them to keep quiet until we can rescue them.
Nod to Morgantha. So what did you say was in your pies? The finest ingredients?
Oh yes, the greatest of meats.
What kind? Beef, pork, chicken, children?
Raven.
Oh no!
Huh. Wow, she sucks with insight. All but the latter, dearie.
And what if I said I didn't believe that?
For
Well,
a minute, the raven ducks its head under its wing, almost as if it's face palming.
The proof is in the pudding, dear.
Yes, the proof of children in the pies.
I don't know
Wait,
what you're
what?
talking about.
Oh boy.
That pie you ate, I'm pretty sure it had children in it.
And Alexander's going to go off to vomit.
Wait, dear, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He says he's pretty sure. My pies are
You
the-
just shot yourself in the foot with that one.
Making that check to
Risking Alexander
sense
puking on
motive,
edge.
since I don't know what it is in this edition.
You're rolling it to do what?
Sense motive.
Oh, sense motive.
Tell him.
That would be insight.
That would be insight.
But we can consider the well, as long as it's at a +2. It's at least 17 plus your advantage for that, which is going to be good.
It's
So-
+2.
Okay, so you have the... And what was your goal on this roll?
Tell if she's lying when she's like, nope, not children.
Oh, yeah, you know she's lying.
Walk up just beside her and point to all the little telltale signs of lying in her face. Like my finger getting an inch away from each little thing.
This is rude to come to my place and accuse me of such things. Please, be gone.
And what if we go to the children you formerly had in crates?
You must be gone now. I will not ask kindly again.
Yes, ravens rattle.
Well, you see, the thing is, Morgantha, you've made a critical error.
Twice. Bad dice rolls.
Can I draw and sticker in this turn?
No, she is considering you to be hostile, so you can all roll for initiative if you'd like.
Oh lord.
Oh,
I'm going last.
Okay. Well, here we go.
all right. Elias finally steps to the door and says, "Remember me, dear." And I'll roll with it.
Okay. Let me share this. here.
Vengeance has come upon you as promised, my lady.
There's a much better view of what old Bonegrinder looks like.
Oh god.
Old Bonegrinder. Wow.
And you are on the bottom floor, so let me just reveal some of this here.
Dance of Illusions is playing right now in the Discord.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
god.
Yep.
Damn it.
I hope she's not that strong. We'll see.
It's about to finish. Maybe it'll
But it-
play Order of the Demon next.
But it's the Judgment one.
Oh lord,
What's wrong with Judgment?
the whole game.
As a
Yeah,
soundtrack. As a
don't.
soundtrack.
You might want to rephrase that.
Nothing's wrong with the soundtrack.
What's not wrong with it? Put it that way.
The soundtrack.
Okay, she's on the other side of the door. Jack, you are right up next to the side of the door as well. Let's update the view here. And Alexandra, you are closest to Jack. I'm gonna say right here. Mr. Jeeves, you weren't very far away either. And Elias, you were kind of in the back of everything. Came into view from around the side. And the Raven.
Ah!
I'll put you on there as well. Let's see. I've got to find a good token for you.
I don't want the Raven to get hurt.
He's out there.
Looks like you ran out of soundtrack. Is the bot playable, Mike?
Yes, with exclamation play if you'd like to play something good for us.
Play Symphony,
Not quite.
Dance of Illusions.
Arranged version of Order of the Demon, 15 minutes.
Alright, well, Morgantha has the best initiative out of all of you.
Of course.
And she is going to slam the door shut and lock it.
Does it have a visible lock on the outside?
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna try and pick it.
I'm going to just try to kick it in and
Well, hold
bust the
on.
lock.
It's still her turn.
Oh,
Damn it.
And let's see.
And lock down to half. Order of the Demon's a little loud.
I know it's not my turn. Can I speak?
Fucking is a free action.
Yeah, go ahead and speak.
Shoot Jeeves to you can't back the way you came.
so you can.
Shoot front.
Yes. At the very least, you could get behind her.
Okay. It's Alexandra's turn.
And I'm going to try kicking in the door and busting the lock.
Alright, roll a strength. Boom! You kick the door, but it does not give in.
Damn.
Anything else?
Yeah, I suppose that's the end of my turn for now then.
Okay. Jack?
Give me just one quick second. My internet's being stuck. It's locked, right?
It is.
Okay. Make an acid splash at the lock.
Okay. Roll to hit, and then let's see. Let's just automatically hit it. Roll damage, unless it's constant damage. I don't think acid splash is though, right?
No, I don't believe so. But it's still acid.
Yes, and you can see that the wood around the lock seems to be melting a little bit, burning. White smoke billows around the edges of the lock. It looks a lot weaker now. Also looks much more dangerous if you want to take lock picks at it.
Don't need to.
But yeah, it looks like maybe the mechanism is easier to kick the door down, but you're not sure. You'd have to try.
Full door, right?
It would be, yeah, you would pull it from your side. She pulled it shut. I mean, it's like set into the wall, the door jambs and stuff. You'd have to pull it open. She pulled it closed, but you'd have to pull it open.
Acid splash again.
Can you do two of those?
With quicken spell, yes I can.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, you see it melt to the point to where you're pretty sure a good shoulder or a foot to the door would break it open.
Step aside, pat it. Elias, since I think he's going next. Go get her, Chad.
That was my plan.
All right, Elias.
Not so good.
It was damaged pretty well, though. So, yeah, you kick it open.
All right.
And I will
shall we
draw the inside here. This there. Alright, inside, I will give you a description of the room and what you see. The ground floor has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors. In addition to the clucking of chickens, you hear toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries blends horridly with a stench that burns your nostrils. The awful odor comes out of an open, upright barrel in the center of the room, of which Morgantha is currently standing behind. Warmth issues from a brick oven against the wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. And you don't hear the shrieks and cackles in that part of the description. Those don't exist. But,
Okay.
you kick open the door in just enough time to see that something is rising out of that oozy pit that Morgantha is standing behind.
Oh, great.
It looks like some kind of demoness form will make its way out soon.
Where in the description is the oozing pit? I don't see that.
The barrel that she's huddled over.
Yeah, the circular thing in the center of the room is a barrel that holds all of this black stuff that stinks horribly, and it looks like some kind of demon's crawling out of it.
Set it on fire before whatever it's in there can emerge.
No, focus on the witch.
Okay, Elias will use his movement to go in and stand in front of the staircase, so to kind of block her from going up there.
Okay. So far with the kicking the door and going up to the stairs, that's about all you can do for your turn. So, Mr.
Right.
Jeeves, you're up next.
Alright. Just want me to go up and save the kids?
I think securing the children is are one of our top priorities. Yes.
Okay. Now, how is that window, Mike? About 15 feet?
That's about 8 plus the bottom floor. 10, 15. It's about 20 feet up.
Okay, so I got enough to run up and get back inside.
Yes. So you scurry up with your special climbing, your magical shoes, and then you emerge in the window. The kids look scared still, and they run over to you.
Great. Okay, I'm going to try and calm them down a little bit and watch the staircase and go on full defense.
Okay, so I will put you up on top. That's area 3. And you came in through the window, which is, let's see, here.
Just curious, Mike, how small are these kids?
They look to be about,
Bite-sized.
yeah, bite-sized.
God.
They look to be around 10 or 11 years old.
So sorry.
I missed that. What did you say? What size you say they were?
I said they were
Bite-sized.
bite-sized.
No, I heard you. I heard you, Brainiac. I didn't hear
Yeah.
mine.
They look like they're around 10 or 11 years old. About the same age as Paulton or so. Paulton may be a little older.
Would I be able to carry them out the window?
One at a time if, yeah, you think you might be able to. And you still have movement left if you wanted to grab one and go ahead.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll take the boy first. He seemed calmer.
Okay. Yeah, he clings onto you and you grab him, and you scale back down to the ground and set him down on the ground. And that will be the end of your turn. Next up is our Raven. Raven, you just drew death save. Raven, what would you like to do?
Go in there, peck the witch's eyes out.
Yeah, the door's open, the windows are open. At this point, if I'm not mistaken, the Raven does have enough and attack the eyes. Question is whether or not it's smart enough to do so right now. I mean, bird brains aren't exactly huge.
Ravens are very intelligent birds.
True, they are.
Incredibly.
Well, you're actually incredibly intelligent, even for a Raven. You've got a few tricks up your sleeve if you'd like to produce them.
Being a raven with a human soul, yeah.
You want to go right now?
That's up to you, my friend.
Not yet.
Okay.
He's gonna stay. He's gonna go ahead and go for the eyes. I believe he's got enough distance for that.
Yes.
So yeah, beak attack.
All right. Roll 1d20. You fly in there and fly at her eyes.
Didn't look like it triggered.
No, you got to throw it into the chat window.
He can't just click
There
and
you
drag
go.
it onto her.
Ah, dang it. The first one I threw was 15. That one was 5. Gee.
She looks terrified as a raven flies in through the door and attempts to peck at her, but she bobs her head out of the way. And when she does, the flesh rips off of her body as she screams and tears off of her face off.
Oh my god.
She begins growing larger and horns grow out of her head. It looks like her shape has shifted.
Oh shit.
Her shit has
Her
shifted.
shit has shifted.
Both.
Her shit has shifted.
Yep.
She
Pretty
appears.
effing terrifying.
Yeah, she appears to be a lot scarier looking now.
Yep.
I think she looks more attractive this way.
Yes, sadly.
Verify you heard.
Shout out loud. No matter how pretty you make yourself, this still ends poorly for you.
Elias' new wife.
Lifeu for lifeu. I am so sorry for that.
Yeah.
I feel dirty for that one.
All right, she's going to begin casting a spell. And she waves her arms around and says something in some kind of demonic language.
Be careful, Birdie.
Knowledge Arcana to try and translate.
Oh dear.
That was a lot of
That was
dice.
a big
That was a lot of dice.
That was a big one.
Yes. All right. Let's see. All right. There is no save for this, is there? That's unfortunate. Yeah, sure enough, with no save. Jack, you drop unconscious.
What?
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
What did she do?
She cast a spell. And you just see, everyone just sees Jack, except for Mr. Jeeves. I think that you might be.
I'm on the ground.
Yeah,
level.
you're on the
I might
ground,
have
but
seen
you're.
it.
Yeah, you can probably see it from where you're at. That window is around the back a bit. So I'm not sure if you see it or not, but everyone else just sees Jack fall. And he just looks to be unconscious, laying on the ground now.
Hmm.
Okay, up out of the gore and the ichor that was in that barrel comes some kind of evil demon. And it's going to act now.
Oh goody.
Alright, and it plops itself out right here. And it looks like,
Stretch.
yeah, it looks like this.
Oh god.
Only it's covered in that black goop as well that
Did we run out?
that was in the barrel.
Alright.
There is no Dretch, only Zool.
I was gonna say, are we expecting Zool anytime?
Elias, it attempts to bite you,
Wonderful.
and it misses, and then it attacks you with its claws, and also misses.
Yeah.
There's one other thing here. This
As requested,
thing is
Sunrise.
emanating some kind of gas that starts spreading around.
Oh, dang it. Wrong.
And let's see, the magic number there. What happened to our music?
It ran out at 15 minutes.
Oh, would you cue something else up for us?
I'm queuing up the Symphony of the Night version of Dance of Illusions for 18 minutes.
Thank you.
Yes.
since that's what Sunraiser asked for. So
Yep.
Okay, so next up is Alexandra.
that's awfully soft.
I'm going to step up in the doorway next to Jack, and I'm going to whip the ever-living shit out of that dretch.
All right, you can actually get in the room if you'd like. Just
I don't want to get that close and have that witch cast that spell on me, too.
Since Jack's unconscious, that's fine. You were whipping at the dretch. It is a
Yeah.
hit.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Go ahead and roll damage. All right. You greatly injure it. It slumps down, nasty gas pouring out of its body.
Okay, and to conclude my turn, then, I guess I will try shaking Jack awake.
Let's see.
Jack, snap out of it, man. We need you.
Just shaking, or are you gonna pop him one?
No, I'm going to grab him by the shoulders and shake him vigorously.
In that case, let me read a little bit.
So basically what you're saying is, given your armaments and what you're attempting to do to Jack, you're going to give him whiplash?
Not that hard, smartass.
Okay, yes, shaking him wakes him up.
Hooray!
Awesome.
Yes, Jack, you awaken to see Alexandra shaking you, and you see this nasty creature that looks like it's dripping some kind of black ichor and some poison cloud emanating off of it, and the cloud's rolling towards you. As it does, Alexandra, you can't end your turn where Jack is, so you're going to have to either move in or move out. And if you move out, the dretch is going to swipe at you.
I guess I will move out.
All right. When you move out, it's going to use its claws. And it hits you
Wow.
for 8 points of damage.
Ouch.
Damn.
Okay. And then it is Jack, your turn. And because you started your turn right where that thing's at, please make a Constitution save.
Jack, finish that thing.
Nice.
All right. Yes, you don't feel any effects from the fetid cloud.
Be careful how you endeavor to finish it, because I have a feeling this thing is more or less a gas bomb.
Jack, you can take your turn now. You stand up from prone, so that takes some of your movement out, but it doesn't look like you'll be needing to move very far anyway.
How far away am I from Morgantha?
You're about 10-ish feet away. Maybe a little farther because she's at an angle.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Yeah.
I didn't know ravens could do algebra.
It's a smart raven.
Gifted ones.
Okay, what I want to do is charge her and try to grapple her.
All right. You'll incur an attack of opportunity from the dretch. And
Give me just a second.
the movement's going to be a little difficult, too. Let's see. It's about 20 to stand up. That gives you 10. Actually, because you have to move around the dretch, you can't move through it. It would be a little out of your. It would be like 15 feet basically, and you used 20 feet of movement to stand up. So I don't think you could get over to her.
Jack, finish off that thing. We can focus on the witch after.
I would rather us somehow get it outside so it doesn't poison up the whole place.
If you could send it into her, it would poison her, would it not?
Probably not. Maybe just immune.
Jack, you still with us?
Yeah, just thinking.
Ooh. That one's got more volume than this one.
Oh, is there music playing? I can't hear it at all.
Yeah, it's playing Dance of Illusions. It's just soft.
Oh, well, I'll change the volume.
Okay.
I still can't hear it.
Yeah, I can barely hear it at all.
Let's skip that one.
Okay.
Aw.
A little bit more volumetric.
Okay, so Jack is casting Shocking Grasp at the dretch, and it hits it.
Yeah, that shouldn't cause it to spew gas if we just shock it. That's a good idea.
Okay. It looks like it may have partially been resistant to that. And you didn't roll that actually on him, so I'll drop it on him. Oh, actually, yeah, you did. You just resisted it. Okay. So, there we go. Surprisingly, it looks like it resisted the shock quite well. Where that shock would have looked like it would have hurt someone else a lot more, it seemed resistant to it. So next up is Elias.
All right.
And make a Constitution save.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, you're fine.
Look. All right. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the dretch, which is radiant damage, by the way. Let's see.
It hits.
Take that.
Woo! All right. Bam! The dretch is engulfed. How do you want to do this?
Even through the ceiling of the windmill, radiant lights pour at him from Elias's fingertips in spheres, and they engulf the surroundings of the dretch and close in on him, and cause a bright light to just cover him and almost consume him, but in almost a beautiful, elegant way.
All right, and such ends that dretch. Elias, did you want to move?
Yes. I will move in front of Jack here.
Okay. Then Mr. Jeeves.
Same as before.
Okay.
Running up, grabbing the girl, running down.
All right. Yes, you encounter no problems doing so. And you get the child down. That takes up all of your movement, though.
Excellent.
All right. So next up is I don't know why it thinks that the Raven's dying. The Raven's not dying.
Not yet.
I would hope not.
Okay, Raven. What would you like to do?
Since
Heck
the
her
night
eyes
hag,
again.
since the night hag took a shot at Alexandra and Alexandra's been feeding the Raven, I think it's showtime.
All right.
Is there something I need to do to trigger this properly, Mike, or should I just
Just explain to everybody how it looks.
verbalize? Alright. The Raven circle. Actually, it seems for a moment it seems to get faster. That honestly sounds like nothing anyone's ever heard from a Raven before. And then it starts getting bigger. In a matter of seconds, there is no longer a Raven in front of them. Bird creature that's still flying, but like a winged man. It's a were-raven.
Kurasuman!
Fucking
It's a
Korax.
were-raven. Were-raven. And it's pissed.
Like I said, a Korax.
It's Kurasuman!
Yep.
I did mention that character when Mike brought this up. Dare attack these people, witch? You will know my wrath!
Okay, she looks extremely terrified. She looks surprised enough when you tried to peck her eye out, but as she sees this
Yeah.
happen, she truly thinks that she might be in trouble. And transforming, it did take an action, but you'll still be able to move a little bit. So, would you like to replace yourself, or are you good where you're at?
Chance that she's gonna go after people who've actually gone up the stairs and kind of gotten out of the way. I'm gonna reposition to a little bit closer to the stairs, if that's all right.
You think she might be able to take a reaction against you if you move out of her threatening area?
Well, I'm still going to be adjacent to her. I'm basically moving the diagonal to the stairs.
Okay. Can you actually... You can grab that token and move it, I believe.
Okay, right
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
I'm basically just blocking her way out because I'm hovering in the air. I'm making sure she can't go any higher.
Right.
She's stuck with everybody. I'm not letting her out.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So next up is her. She's going to knock 3 times on that barrel. And then she's going to cast another spell.
Told you we should have set the barrel on fire.
Well, that's the other thing.
Elias.
His wings are much bigger now, so anything gaseous.
Elias, please make a Constitution save.
Oh, that's again. Okay.
She shoots a ray of some kind of dark energy from her finger at you, and it pounds you right in the chest.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yes, a black beam of energy springs from her fingers towards you, and you feel much weaker.
Much weaker. Can you be more descriptive of that?
You feel like if you were to strike someone with your sword, it would do less damage.
Okay.
And then the pit begins, the barrel in front of her begins to boil with the summoning of another Dretch. Looks like it'll be out soon.
Oh dear.
Test.
You're
If we
back,
tip
Mark.
the
We
barrel
hear ya.
over, will that interrupt the spell?
Okay.
You can try it. And it's your turn.
Okay. Good thing, Jeeves, it's at the end of the turn. He just lost Discord.
No.
Okay.
I'll stay
I'm
here.
going to step in then and attack the witch.
Okay. How
Well,
would you like to do so?
Actually, before I do that, I'm going to tip the barrel over.
You're just gonna kick it or something?
Yeah,
That's
go
a
over.
bad idea.
It's full of some really heavy liquid, so it's going to require some pretty good strength.
That's a fail.
Thunk! You hit it. You see a Dretch's head forming and looking at you.
Okay, well, action surge, I guess, and I'm going to attack the witch.
Alright. What would you like to use on her?
I'm going to try to trip her.
Alright, you can declare that after it hits. Okay, yes, with your whip you smack and hit her, and now you can add the d8 to your damage. And is she automatically tripped, or does she have to resist you?
What?
I don't think it's automatic, isn't it? Isn't there a save for trip?
Let me see.
Yeah, I think so.
It must make... If the
Strength.
target is... Let's see.
Yeah, it's strength, and
It must make a strength saving throw. Yep.
yeah, and that's of 14. So, let's see her strength here. Ooh. She falls prone. You smack her. Your whip. You damage her and you yank her down to her feet. So go
right.
ahead and roll damage on that. And I believe because you used your trip, you get to add a d8 to that. Correct? Under
I
your-
do.
Yeah. If you expand out your attack, I mean your trip, you'll be able to see that there's damage on that you can roll it from there
Yeah.
for the extra damage.
It doesn't let me add on to the dice I'm already rolling though, so I'm just going to roll the first damage dice first.
Right, yeah, you'll roll 2 damage dice. Alright, yes, you can tell you've definitely pissed her off. She's down on the ground, prone. And it looks like the whip did a good bit of damage as well. So Jack, you're up next.
Oh yeah, Jeeves is still resetting. Okay. So
Oh lord. I just realized you undisguised Brainiac's name in the Ravenloft and Talker's up there. He's going to be pissed.
I could care less what a Talker ever thinks about anything. Ever.
That guy's kind of strange.
Okay, she's prone.
Yes.
She's prone.
If
Does she get a
Talker's
reaction if
upset,
I come into her
Talker's-
threatened range?
if Talker's upset, Talker can talk to me. I can deal with it.
Your question was if you go into her threatening range, is there an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
No, it's only if you leave their threatening range. You can even dance around their threatening range, do circles around them, and not incur an attack of
Actually,
opportunity.
no.
Pretty much what I'm doing. I'm pretty much just circling around over her head, bugging her.
What's grapple check in this again?
Strength. Strength to grapple. To contest a grapple, you can use your dexterity, but to make a grapple, you have to use strength.
And she is lying on the ground right now.
Yes. So I think that she would get. Well, I don't know. Let's see. In MMA, they don't get a disadvantage on grappling if they're down, right? Prone. That's the thing to look up. Right, so for prone, it says they can only crawl unless it stands up. They have disadvantage on attack rolls, and an attack roll against the creature has an advantage if the attacker's within 5 feet. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage. But it doesn't say anything about grappled.
A queued up version of Dance of Illusions from Castlevania the Arcade, Sunraiser. That one might actually be loud enough.
Nice.
Of course, this one's got to finish first. Which at the rate we're going, might not have enough time.
Basically, in 5th edition, as far as I kind of gather about grappling people, it's less about denying them action and more about moving them around in a place that they don't want to be. So it's their movement you're controlling. They can still make attacks, cast spells, and all that other good stuff.
Can they still cast spells?
Yes.
Well, in that case, that would make that pointless. Since the whole point is to... Whatever, hang on.
Yeah, and if we want to, like maybe after the game or something, if someone else can find some rules on 5th edition grapples that they can educate me otherwise, then I'd like to see
It's fine. I'll worry about it later. We've already taken up enough time. In which case, this is a sneak attack, right?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, wow. You missed somehow. But you get advantage, so do it with advantage. Just roll another D8 attack. I mean, another D20 to attack.
Fortunately, I knew what you meant.
There you go, yeah. That's a hit. Alright, yes. You stab your rapier into her, and she cringes back and glowers at you hatefully.
What I want to do after that, and tell me if this is within the rules or not, but as soon as it's in her, let it go and let it stay there.
Huh. Interesting.
I would imagine that would continuously cause wounds of aggravation.
I imagine she would probably take it out pretty easily.
Yeah,
though.
try to pull it out.
But she's currently prone, and any movement she's going to have to make to her to pull it out of her is going to hurt. Is my hope.
It'll be more like her interacting with an object for the round instead of tapping on the barrel.
The question is whether it's more dangerous to pull it out, allow her blood.
I also might have
flow.
something else I might do later.
You're not sure what effect it's going to have, unless you're setting up to do something like some interesting shock and grasp stuff or something later.
That's what I'm thinking.
But on her turn, she's probably going to get rid of that.
That's fine.
Okay. Elias, you're next.
Okay. I didn't even intend to do that. That's cute.
Wow.
Grog XD.
Roll XP.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit more about the creature that's coming up out of the barrel. Like, is it kind of using the liquid to form itself, or is it just kind of summoning out of the barrel, or how does that work?
It looks like there's a lot less liquid in there now that the other one had come out of it. So whether it's displacing them or whether it's made up of the ichor itself, you're not quite sure. Roll a perception check.
Set it on fire.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can't really tell what's going on there.
Okay, well, I'm going to try something a little inventive. I don't know if it's going to help or hurt, but it can't do anything to aid it. I'm fairly sure. So I'm going to create or destroy water as a spell, and it's going to dump 10 gallons of water right into the barrel to try to either offset the summoning or drown the creature.
Okay.
And we're going to do...
I have a feeling this is a horrible idea.
And when you create the water, this vortex of water begins to form above the barrel, and boom, in a big splash, it lands on top of it, splattering black ichor all around. Some of it lands on Jack, some gets on Alexandra. Morgantha seems like she doesn't care much about it, and our Raven friend is thankfully up high enough to where it doesn't splash on him. Black ooze is diluted but running around on the floor, and out of the barrel, one of the dretches begins to lift its arm out as it's still forming. It doesn't look like it deterred it.
Well, that didn't do anything good.
It
I
smells
told
awful.
you to set it on fire.
I don't have any fire, lady.
What about Sacred Flame?
That's just a radiant light thing.
Okay. All right. Any other stuff for your action?
No, I'm gonna end my turn on that.
All right, Jeeves.
Alright. Well,
Are you done playing patty cake? Can you come join us and help us kill this witch now?
so the kids are safe and all that. There doesn't actually look to be much room in there to fight this lady, but I'll fight. I'm assuming
Okay.
I can shuffle
So let's see,
through
it's
to that
about
point right there.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 45, yeah. You've got enough to get right where you're at, squeezing around your friends, but you don't have enough to attack.
Dang it.
So next up will
all
be
good.
our Wereraven.
Okay. Since it's already wounded, okay, if I'm reading this correctly, I can use the multi-attack,
Yes, you can attack twice.
get 2 attacks, and I'm going to use what we set up earlier. I'm going to use the quote-unquote magical hand crossbow effect. Basically,
Well, you should.
Wing.
Does it not have? Here, let me drag this onto you, and
okay.
you should have what we were talking about. Did that pop up for you?
Already be open. I'm looking at the weapon list, and I see hand crossbow.
Look, scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Actions, abilities, skills.
Are you looking at the Wereraven or the Raven sheet?
Both.
It's on the Raven one. It's on the main tab, and it's at the very bottom.
Yeah, the two spells.
Yes.
Okay, you want me to use the? Okay.
Yeah, and if you hover over where it's talking about the dice,
Mm-hmm.
then that's what you roll. That's what you can drag to the.
Okay.
To
Cool.
the. You can drag it right
Cool.
on top of Morgantha.
Twice.
Yes, and you
Okay.
can do them in any combination you wish.
Let me get the night hag out of here. Then. Oh, I can do both. Okay.
One of them has a chance of being resisted.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to the second one for now in case something does come out of the barrel and the rest of them can't deal with it.
Well, you can do those two things over and over again as much as you'd like.
Okay. Alright, first off, Feather Assault on Morgantha.
Okay. You just drag that. If you hover over, there you go. First, we'll have to roll to hit.
That was lame. Okay, that's just roll the same die again, or
No, it doesn't.
maybe not that one.
Oh, yeah, never mind. They don't have to roll to hit. They just automatically do damage.
That's what I thought. I was like, yeah, it's a 1d6 plus 2 force. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
it still hits.
Yes, so
Yeah.
describe to everybody how that looks. Like what happens when you do this Feather Assault.
The raven flies slightly higher, extends one wing out, its right wing outward as far as it can. On it suddenly jut out and are thrown forward, stabbing into the night hag.
Yes, and you can do it again if you'd like, or the other thing.
Right, and then it, after gesturing with the right wing, it gestures equivalently with the left. Does it again.
All
Damn
right.
it!
Your
Damn, that
D6
die
don't want
sucks.
to cooperate.
That die sucks.
You can change the color
6
of your
damage
die.
total.
Maybe that will help.
Well, I mean, technically I'm a raven, so really it doesn't make sense to change the dice from being black.
True, true.
That seems wrong.
But ravens also like shiny things, so you can make your die shiny.
I don't know if there's a shiny color, but
Yeah, you
regardless,
make them like silver.
I think next up the Dretch will continue its way out of the barrel. So you get one of those.
If it makes it out and you guys can't handle it, I have something for it. Although I don't know if it'll work, considering what it is and what...
It kind of bubbles out next to the barrel, and it kind of goes towards Morgantha just because it doesn't have enough room, and then flops next to Mr. Jeeves. And
Is there any way to put two characters on the same point? Because technically, the were-raven's in flight constantly, so technically there's room under.
yeah, it's not very tall in there though.
Good point, yeah. It's only like, what, 10 feet?
Less than.
Less than 10 feet to the ceiling. Okay. That makes sense.
Right, and the claws of the Dretch swipe at Mr. Jeeves.
Mm-hmm.
And miss, and then he goes in for a bite. The bite hits. Gets you for just 2. It's not too bad. It's Morgantha's turn. She's going to turn that ray that she shot into Elias at Alexandra.
Oh, that's not smart.
So let's see if she actually can hit you with it. Yes, she does hit you with it, so make a Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
God damn it.
And you fail. Okay, so for you and Elias, until I say otherwise, whenever you roll your damage, don't roll it directly on her. Just roll it into the chat, and I'll take it from there.
Just physical damage, right?
Yeah, it's just physical damage.
Right. Okay.
But Alexandra, you feel extremely weak. And then it is your turn.
But that wouldn't affect projectile weapons like a bow or a crossbow, I wouldn't think.
Correct. Nothing that relies on strength. I mean, that doesn't rely on strength.
Alright, I'm gonna take out my longbow and shoot the hag then.
Alright.
Point blank longbow.
Oh, it's a hit. Go ahead and do damage. Alright, you send an arrow into her. Did you want to move?
Well, if I move away, it's going to incur an attack of opportunity, so no.
Alright. Jack.
Can anyone tell me what she forgot to do?
Who?
I mean, other
Yeah.
than
Oh, she
mean, other
forgot to
than-
get up. But she's still on
And
the
she
ground,
forgot
yeah.
to take her rapier out.
you know,
Yeah, she has a rapier in her too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she didn't take that rapier out.
Bravo, Jack.
Whoops.
oopsie.
Hey, why did I move?
It's because you're being harassed by a giant bird. By a giant bird man. I'd forget to do
Caw-caw.
things too.
Oh, when you get older, you get those sharp pains in your back, and maybe she just assumes that she's got a backache, you know?
So she's got
I'm
a
falling and I can't get up.
There's no life alert.
wearing metal now, right?
What was that, Jack?
She's wearing metal now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
In her.
She's wearing
Yep.
it right inside her body.
That's one hell of a piercing.
Head it up.
But I'll be here all night.
I hope not. I have work in the morning.
It's definitely a hit.
Oh my goodness.
And it's a good thing, too, because the 3 wouldn't have hit her.
That was sad damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Well,
the
it
damage
looks
wasn't as
good.
good as it could have been.
It was a good idea.
Good attack, weak damage.
Did you want to
Yeah.
still leave the rapier in her, or grab that?
Grab it back at this point. Snatch it back angrily.
Alright. You do so with no problems.
A bit of pique, and that's what it looks like. Alright.
Elias, you're next.
Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on the witch.
You miss.
Or not.
Ouch.
Alright.
Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
Alright, Mr. Jeeves.
Son.
Alright.
Technically, it's the Castlevania the arcade rather than Symphony of the Night, but at least it's audible this time.
I'm gonna take a swipe at the old deer.
Come on, Jeeves.
That's a hit.
You say we're not dropping the dice on her?
You weren't hit by that spell, Jeeves, so you're fine. You can drop it on her.
Oh, oops. Cool.
Nice. Alright. While she's down on the ground, she gets stabbed by the rapier of Mr. Jeeves.
Pincushion.
Yes. And the next up will be our were-raven. Keeps rolling death saves. I don't know why.
Alright.
Where's the neighborhood of Raven at?
Okay. Multi-attack can work on more than one enemy, correct?
Yeah, you can use it on. You can choose your targets. As long as they're within range. One of those has a very short range.
That's my question. I'm thinking about using the other one, but the question is. Oh wait, it's 5 feet for each square, so technically they are both in range of the shorter spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Feet for each square. The witch is 5 away, and the Dretch is 10, so they're both in range.
Okay. You can hit either.
The were-raven, for a brief moment, almost seems to hover. Its wings stop beating. The form between its wings, which it throws with all the power it has within it. First at the Dretch.
All right, and I get a save against that one.
Yeah. Take the damage.
Let's see. What is the save on that?
Dexterity.
And the number?
It just a number.
Oh. Yeah.
I can click it, but I don't know if that does anything.
No, it's fine. I just need to hand calculate it real quick. Let's see. Yeah, it's 8.
Oh, it's 8, okay.
Yes, it actually made its save, so it's going to take half damage. Go ahead and roll damage for it.
Which is that roll? It's a 1d8 damage. So
if you hover over that text, the text, you'll be able to roll it onto the chat window.
Isn't that what I already threw?
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Split a half, round up, round down, whatever. You know. So that's the one on the Dretch. And I'll throw a second one at Morgantha, who's closer. Just go ahead and throw it, or do you need to run her save first?
Go ahead and throw it.
One. That was off the board.
That's hard to do with a virtual tabletop.
Same 4, so it did make a difference. Little better hit, makes sense if she's 5 away instead of 10.
It's
So,
dexterity
yeah.
save, correct?
Save. So if she splits it in half.
Oh, she gets disadvantage with this. So
This one might hurt her badly.
yes, because she had disadvantage, it hit.
Woo! 6 damage.
All right, I've applied it. Next up is the Dretch. Oh, and I forgot about that stinky cloud. Yeah, this one starts to emanate that cloud, nasty, poisonous cloud. And
This one was a late bloomer. Don't worry, it happens sometimes.
Now this is the one problem with the were-raven. The Dretch has the highest initiative, and the were-raven goes last. So the poison cloud gets the whole turn to like try and beat it off with the wind.
all right, it's going to claw at Mr. Jeeves, and it's a hit. The first claw for 4 points of damage, and then the other claw misses. Okay. Next up is the witch. She's going to use
40 minutes.
She's actually going to use her claws on Alexandra. And it's a hit.
I think she'd figure out going after Alexandra is wise.
She hits you for 10 with her claws.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes, she looks extremely pleased as she digs her long fingernails into your flesh.
Now I'm just
Actually, she gets disadvantage on that because she didn't stand. I'm gonna say she stood up before she did that. Okay, so she's standing now, and then she's going to knock on the barrel 3 times. Bump, bump, bump. And you see it start bubbling again. Alexandra, it's your turn.
At least she hasn't knocked up 4 times. Then we could expect the Time Lord.
I'm gonna trip her again.
Okay.
I didn't say you could get up, hag. Or not.
The sound of the whip cracks, but it finds no purchase on the witch. Do you want to move or anything?
Is her stomach still turning from finding out what was in the pies? Because maybe she could puke in the witch's face. That might knock her over.
No, but I forgot to do a constitution check for the cloud, so let me do that now.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Helping me out here.
Fail.
Oh, no. And that's what you get for opening your mouth.
Okay. So what
Hey, I
you
get to
got-
vomit on her anyway.
You can now either only take an action or a bonus action type action on your turn. And you cannot make reactions like attacks of opportunity.
So she can't move, basically.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's fine by me. I will stand right where I am and projectile vomit on her face.
Just as long as your head's not spinning 360, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
Now, if your head starts spinning 360 too, we might start redirecting our attacks.
All right, Jack.
I really wish we'd met you. Try and stick her again.
Oh.
And that's another sneak attack, right?
Yes. And it's a hit.
Your pies smell terrible.
Ouch.
All right, another rapier stabs into the witch. She winces a little, but she wickedly grins back at you. She says, "Come at me, you ball-sucking motherfucker!"
Oh, Lord!
I'd have sucked on balls than your pies.
Elias, your
Cool.
turn.
Let's see. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt again, but this time as a second level spell, so it's going to do some extra damage if it hits.
Do you know how to do that in Fantasy Grounds?
Well, I assume I just roll another d6 after I do the initial damage.
Okay. It's a hit.
I can just right-click to add one of the another dice to it.
Ah, there you go. Cool.
Whoop! Let me put that in the
Oh, that's fine.
14.
There you go.
Nice.
Yes, the radiant light comes and hits her. It actually looks like she felt that one. To where she's been shrugging off most of your attacks. You can now see that you're actually wearing her down some. A bit injured. Any movement?
No movement.
Okay, Mr. Jeeves.
Okay. Another attack. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Alright.
Make a Constitution save, Mr. Jeeves. Ooh.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
And barf in your general direction.
Yes, you are poisoned. And you also feel like you can't move as well. Alright, Mr. Wereraven.
Okay. Since it's not directly listed, I have a question. Is the Were-Raven's wingspan significant enough to disrupt the cloud? Like force it away from everyone as much as possible.
Because you're in such a closed area, it looks like it would be hard to do anything but just kind of blow it around.
Yeah, if there's not sufficient ventilation on this floor, it's irrelevant. So if there's like not a significant enough window, I don't think it would make
Right,
sense.
getting it outside the door would be extremely hard. You can definitely tell it's affected by your wings,
Okay.
but it would just be impossible to get it outside that door.
Well, especially since it's got to go through 2 people anyway. So
Here's a good question. Is the noxious gas denser than the air? Or
It is.
it's
then
not.
eventually it would start pooling on the ground instead of just...
Well, you could wave it up the stairs, probably.
That's really the best he can do is get it below everyone's mouths, basically. But he's doing that anyway because he's flying all the time anyway. So you there? Okay. Multi-attack. Since the Dretch shoved off the dark energy orb, but Morgantha got smacked by it, and she's already... I'm going to go ahead and do the dark energy orb attack on Morgantha first, see if that takes her out. So 1d8 2 force damage.
Alright, and she will try to make a save,
Yeah.
which she does. So,
Okay, so between the save, even if she is, I mean, she's not going to be, and she's stood up, is she still, or was that the reason she was weakened previously?
yeah, the saving throw that she made earlier was hampered by her being prone.
But since she's not prone, it's not going to do jack to her. Okay, and for the second one, once again, the Were-Raven gestures with one of its wings and fires 3 feather daggers straight at the Dretch.
Okay. Alright, and they...
After having one good run...
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, but your 3
Last
feathers
turn was
smack
decent.
into him.
Yeah, last turn was decent. This turn, again.
I mean, it's pretty nice that it's automatic damage. Like, you don't have to try to hit things. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
I mean, that's why it's only D6 and D8. If it was any bigger, it'd be...
So another Dretch pulls itself
And
out
that's
from the
what-
pot.
That's what I was worried about.
That's why I told you, set the barrel on fire!
I was trying to get... Well, unfortunately, I don't have fire magic. If I did, I'd do what you said.
Not you! Just
Dang,
somebody.
Yeah, I would have listened to you if I had fire magic. But he's basically, like you said, he's basically got Karasumen's attacks.
The Dretch is kind of cornered. It doesn't have anywhere to go, really. Alexandra, if you could, you would be able to take a swipe at it as it got out, but you feel poisoned and slowed. Jack, you can actually make an attack against it, though.
Okay. Does this still count as sneak?
Not on a reaction like that.
Okay, Dave.
It'll be the one towards the back there. Dretch
30
2.
minutes.
It's a critical.
Nice.
What does critical do?
Okay. Dance of Illusions has run out, Sunraiser.
It'll
This
do it
is
automatically when you do your
Black
damage.
Knight.
Can you do Dark Knight Takata?
Excellent. That
Okay,
dretch,
next.
as it's pulling itself out of the barrel, Jack just rapiers into it, and it slides out. And as it's sliding, the rapier's just ripping it.
Nice.
It almost dies. It is in the corner. It looks in bad shape. And because of that, it's not even going to bother switching places with its friend there to take a swipe at Mr. Jeeves. But the other Dretch will. The other Dretch will continue its attempts to claw him to death.
Does there look like there's any more of that gunk in the barrel?
Yes, there's still plenty of gunk.
Set fire to it, please.
All right. Mr. Jeeves is clawed and hit for 3. And then clawed and missed. So,
Currently, it's running Black Knight with Dracula's second form background music from Castlevania the arcade. You got about 15 minutes of that. After that, it's Dark Knight Takata.
this time is Morgantha's turn again. She's going to knock, knock, knock on the barrel.
Mark, before you do anything more with that, can you remove 2 of the damage to melees? I accidentally clicked on effect a couple times and it added more onto it.
To yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I've got like 2 extra 2 damage melees.
Yep, I can do it. And Mark,
Thank you.
I'm not the only one that said it like that.
Melee.
The melee chasm. Or what did I say? Chasm? Melee chasm?
I say it both ways. I say melee and then I say melee once in a while. It
It's
slips.
fine. They used to make fun of me for that all the time.
I am a proud player of Monkey. I'm a proud player of Monkey Island growing up. It is melee.
Yeah, but you can't hear anything in Monkey Island, just the awesome music.
That depends on whether you're playing the original version or the modern remake where everything was completely voiced. And Dominic Armato finally got
yeah.
the chance to be Guybrush Threepwood for every game.
Thank you.
Okay, so continuing to do its worst on Alexandra, Morgantha is going to claw into her. Oh, and she misses.
Bring
she
it on,
critically
hag.
misses.
Take a nightmare to figure out you're ticking off the bird, too. Come on, she gave me food!
And pets.
Mm-hmm. The only thing she didn't give me was shinies.
Alexandra,
I was
it
going
is
to give
your
you
turn.
shinies. I'm going to trip this hag again.
Okay. You hit her.
Remember
yeah,
the
that's right.
dragon.
I can't roll my damage directly onto her.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Well,
She's knocked over and prone again. Don't laugh.
okay. Probably gonna give her a orb to the face.
All right. She gets to make a save against that. Let me see. I always have to look at your character sheet every time. Of 14,
It's strength.
and it's a.
Strength, and it has to be 14 or higher.
All right. She made the save. She's still on her feet,
Damn it!
but you hurt her a little extra.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, you're next.
I'm right next to that barrel, right?
The barrel's right in front of you.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna try. First off, it's gonna be green flame blade onto her and try and direct the fire onto the barrel.
Okay.
Point.
The barrel's
Green
covered
Flame
in
Blade
water,
does, but Green Flame Blade does have splash
though. Oh,
damage.
nice. Critical hit.
Nice.
That should do whatever you want it to, then.
Singe my
Well,
feathers.
he's attacking her, and the green flame blade effect will hit the barrel. Oh man, some low rolls there for such a critical hit, but you can tell it.
I know.
She definitely felt it. And then the barrel, how much damage does it get automatically?
2.
2?
Yeah.
All right. You see it split a little, and Iker begins to pour on the floor, but it doesn't break.
Does the flame stick and still burn?
No.
Interesting.
Damn.
You can tell that whatever it is, it's not oil. It looks like some kind of demonic liquid. Looks organic. Not that oil's not, but you know what I mean.
Yes, it looks like it's from something alive.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose that's it for your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Did he make his Constitution save?
He's actually out of range.
Oh, okay.
Elias.
All right. I'm gonna try to finish the hag off.
If I knew exactly how much HP she'd have, I know what I'd do.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
a hit.
Woo!
Ooh, nice.
Bravo.
Yes, the light strikes her, and she's still on her feet, but she wobbles. Mr. Jeeves, you're next.
Alright. Well, let's just go for a straightforward attack on her again then.
It hurt. That was
Oh, nice.
That'll hurt.
Ooh.
Excellent hit. Your rapier stabs into her, and she screams in pain. It doesn't look like she can take much more.
Man, she had a lot of HP. Wow.
Yeah, can you believe that it was actually supposed to be even harder than this? I toned it down some. But,
Wait, hold on a sec. If Jeeves is poisoned too, right? Did you roll your damage directly onto her? Because...
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
hold on a second.
Jeeves didn't get the ray shot at him, though. His damage is the same.
No, he did get the ray shot at him, and he failed. Didn't he?
When was it?
No, it was
No.
just, it was just,
Oh,
it was just
oh, yeah, it
Elias
was Alexander. No,
Okay, never
yeah,
mind
that
then.
was... Yeah, that's not him. His poison... He was poisoned, though.
yeah.
But
Right
that...
up the gas.
That's just for movement.
Yeah, and it expired as well on both of you.
Oh, yay.
3.
Right, so our were-raven gets to go now.
Okay. Well, if I knew how damaged she actually was, I'd probably try and finish her off with something a bit more direct.
Well,
But-
she does look like she's on her last legs.
Yeah.
Be careful, my friend. We don't know what kind of tricks this witch has up her sleeves.
True. She has sleeves. But plus there's 3 enemies. I'm gonna try and take out Dretch 2. At least I know that'll at least do some damage. But a restriction, it's gotta actually connect, but here we go. 1. Oh, come on!
You know,
Your
actually,
damage dice suck tonight.
because of the great work that Jack did as it was coming out of the barrel, it's enough to finish it off. So how do you want to take care of it?
Wow.
Oh my god, his laugh sounded like a caw!
Okay. So yeah, that takes care of Dretch 2.
Yes, it's defeated. You have one more attack.
Yeah, Dretch. Let's see. Dretch 1 is wounded.
It looks pretty healthy, though.
I'll let you guys handle. I'll let Jeez and maybe Alexandra hit that one because at least that one's easy range for everyone else.
That one's too.
Let's go ahead and throw it, even though she's not knocked down again. Let's see if I can get lucky and get a little bit more force. Let's go with the Dark Energy Orb against the Witch. I'm going to shake this one for about 3 seconds. Come on. Remember, blow on my die, please. What was that? There we go. Woohoo! That worked! You gotta be kidding me!
I don't see anything.
Aww.
You didn't roll it on the chat window.
Yes, I did! God. I had a 6 on that one. Dang it. I had a 6 on it. It was right on the upper left corner of the chat window, and it didn't trigger. This game is rigged.
I'm sorry.
This is why my game is cards. Better than nothing. Oh, jeez, I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, Ben Judd.
Better than nothing.
I knew that was coming as soon as I said it. I was like, oh no.
Oh man, it looks like Jack may have lost connection to Fantasy Grounds.
Oh,
Logan,
no.
Logan, are you with us in Discord?
Logan.
Me, Red Malcav, Sunraiser. I didn't hear it. Yeah, I didn't hear a disconnect, so I see Red Malcavs. Yeah.
Huh, that sucks too, because he's about to get another opportunity attack against the Dretch, which is pulling its way out of the barrel.
Did you roll to see if that was half damage for the orb or not, Mike?
I did. She failed her save.
Oh, Logan said his computer died.
Damn.
No. Okay, well, I will roll
He's
for
rebooting.
Jack.
He's restarting it.
It's just an opportunity attack. I would like Alexandra and, yeah, Alexandra, go ahead and make an opportunity attack against Dretch number 2 as well. It's a new Dretch
Alright,
2.
I'm going to stab it.
Alright, stab it on its way out. It's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Alright, yeah, it looks like it hurt pretty good too. And I will go ahead and do a rapier roll for Mr. Jack. He hits it as well.
Until your piece of request, Sunraiser.
And
I hit it.
smacks him for some pretty good damage.
Welcome back.
Dretch 2 looks like it's once again on its last legs. The new Dretch 2.
Was Alexandra's damage reduced from the Dark Ray, or is that expired?
That expired already.
No.
You said it did?
No, the
The poison
poison
did.
did.
Oh.
So let's see, your damage was...
Was 8.
So it gets 4 back. That's fine. It still looks pretty hurt.
Sorry.
Man, Logan can restart his computer really fast.
Must have a good one.
Solid state, maybe?
I didn't actually need a full restart. My computer just died because I forgot to have it plugged in. Fantasy Grounds.
Okay, well the first Dretch is... Let's see, what's it want to do?
It
gonna-
senses
it's
that its
gonna-
partner's wounded, so it wants to turn on it and devour it.
No, it's going to slash at Alexandra, actually.
God damn it.
It misses the first one with its claws and hits the second for 6 damage. And the other dretch is just going to stay where it's at. Morgantha is going to knock again on the barrel 3 times. And she is going to cast multiple beads of force start slamming into Alexandra.
Damn.
Yes, she takes a good bit of damage as each one slams into her.
There you go, Sunraiser. You've got Walter's theme for the next 4 minutes.
Yes.
And next up, after that barrage, is Alexandra.
Timing. Get
Okay.
some music.
I'm going to go with Second Wind. First off. Oh, wait. No, you know what? Never mind, because if I do that, I won't be able to attack her. Actually, does that count as a bonus action, or does that count as...
I think it might be a bonus action. Let's look at it.
It is a bonus action.
Yeah, so you can do it and attack.
Okay, I will do that then.
Alright.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
you feel a lot better after that.
Wall meat for the win.
Yes,
and
you
not
reach
child
behind
wall
you.
meat.
You reach behind you in the oven, and you just happen to find a perfectly delicious turkey leg.
Hooray. Alright, I'm gonna trip this bitch again.
Go for it.
I've had just about enough of you, hag.
Oh, and with that, it hits. And that means she's going to need to roll. Damn.
Huh.
It's going to be a lot. Gotta half those too, so. I need to see if she falls down. What's the DC again?
14 strength.
Strength. Oops, I rolled a check first. Huh. Well, I shouldn't have rolled. It's the same thing. So, yeah, I'm gonna say she fails and goes prone.
Woohoo!
And let me apply the
Just die
damage.
already.
Let's see, both of these need to be halved.
9 total damage.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, she's partially resistant too, so.
Partially resistant to getting leather slapped across her.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of kink she's into.
She definitely didn't like it, though. It did not feel good. Jack, you're up.
All right. How much fight does she look like she have left in her?
Hardly any.
Well, that's what you've said for the last 3 hits, and she's still still standing there.
Well, laying there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
well, there.
Because she's laying down so much, she's resting, she's recovering.
All right. I'm going to use a bonus action to convert one of my first level spells back into sorcery points.
All right.
That's the only bonus action I can use this turn. Good for her. and then it's going to be Green Flame Blade. Towards whichever Dretch looks like it's hurt the most.
That would be the one up top.
Okay.
2. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's a hit,
Oh, that's the end of the music. Okay, for a second I thought I lost.
and it will be sneak attack.
I did hear a chime noise. I don't know what that was.
And then the music stopped. I was like, uh-oh, did I just lose something?
Okay. And then how much is the Green Flame Blade?
It's 2 damage. Flat 2 for this level still.
All right. Both creatures survive, but Morgantha screams in pain. And she says, "Quit! Leave me alone! Get out of my windmill!"
Stop eating children!
I don't eat them, I cook them!
Stop eating
He finally
children!
admits it.
Mm-hmm.
Elias, your turn.
All right.
There's a cold circle of hell reserved for you, you vile hag.
Okay, since we had Dance of Illusions, have that.
It saved successfully.
Damn it. Okay.
So is that half or nullified?
It doesn't do anything.
Okay. Wow.
Black Banquet?
Can't believe
Time for the music when Alucard faces Drac.
Ah.
Okay, Elias tries to put an end to Morgantha, but it looks like it might be up to Mr. Jeeves now. Mark,
Yes.
your turn.
Alright.
Alright, that's a hit.
Aw.
Surely this will do it.
Let's see. No, it doesn't.
Oh.
You can tell that she's partially resistant to the damage that you're doing to her, and you've got her just on the cusp of death here. As your rapier stabs into her, she squirms and groans, and it is the Were-Raven's turn.
You know, if I knew she had exactly, if I could change form and peck her eye out and do the 1 damage and just kill her with that, that would be the best way to end it. But I don't know if she has exactly that. Plus, so okay. Let's switch things up a little bit here. Diagonal is less than 10 feet, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Dark Energy Orb on Wretch 2.
Alright.
Yes!
Max damage. Boom, you blow that one away. Dretch 2 just explodes into Black Ichor.
I guess I should have gone for Dretch 1 there, but okay, that works. And I'm probably not going to get that a second time, so let's go with the Feather Assault, because she's a little bit more. I mean, technically he needs to do a dex save, but I'm betting it wouldn't have saved him either way. But yeah, let's go with the Feather Assault on the Night Hag.
All right.
A little weaker, but hopefully a little bit more damage. She's prone.
Yes, she looks very injured. She cannot take anything else. This is going to be it. Anything else, man, just blow on her and she's going to
Tap her
die.
already.
She hisses at you, and it is the Dretch's turn. One Dretch begins kind of clawing its way up out of the barrel, and Morgantha begins to fade from existence, as if she's becoming ethereal.
She's turning ethereal. That's interesting.
And by the way, someone being prone doesn't like add to your damage. It just gives them disadvantage on the hit, so it doesn't like hurt them anymore when they're on the ground.
I figured as much. But since I hadn't done that while she was prone already, I figured experiment, see if there was anything else that's gonna. After the big kaboom with the dark energy orb, I wasn't gonna get lucky a second time. Or if I was, gotta change die. Because that one's done. I got my maxed out on the D8, so I'm not getting that again. Especially given my luck tonight.
Jack, roll a Arcana check.
So hopefully she dies soon.
I need to hit this hag with radiant damage is what I need to do.
Hey!
Jack, you recognize that she is shifting to a different plane of existence.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. We need to kill her now.
It's the ethereal plane. You know that's you can tell that's where she's going. And she says, "I will see you in your nightmares." And you know that she is there, but she's in a different plane of existence. But she's still in the exact same place you last saw her.
And I officially can't do anything now to her.
The other Dretch is going to attack Alexandra. And misses with one claw. Critical hits with the next.
Ouch.
Ooh,
So she's
9
still
damage. 9 damage as the Dretch does its work.
So
The other Dretch is pouring out into... it looks like the last of the Ichor at the bottom of the barrel has formed this thing. So you know there will be no more after this one. Let's see here.
Now I wish I'd used the dark energy orb on her. If I'd known I was going to get lucky.
Yeah, and now that she is no longer kind of in that space, it's going to just be right where she was. But Jack, yes, if you can figure out a way to interact with the ethereal plane, you know that she's still in the room with you. But you also know that she can't hurt you from here unless she comes back.
Point directly at her, magic missile.
Magic missile doesn't miss, but you can't target something that you can't see.
Give me just a second. I don't know.
cowardly witch.
Meanwhile, the new Dretch is going to try to attack Alexandra as well.
I could really use your help now, Elias.
It misses the first claw and hits with the next. 4 damage.
Yeah, I could really use your help now, dude.
But it is your turn now, Alexandra.
I'm going to finish off the first one.
The one that's in front of Mr. Jeeves?
Yeah, the wounded one.
Okay.
I'm going to stab it.
It's a hit.
Woohoo!
Or I can just casually brush it with my rapier. That works too.
Yeah. Any movement or anything?
Well, any movement I make is going to incur an attack of opportunity, so no.
Did my turn get held?
It's your turn now, Jack.
Okay. Well, I can't affect the ethereal plane because I can't see her. Right?
Right.
And I think that's the only spell I have that'll do damage to her on that plane if I could somehow perceive her. But I did figure out this other interesting little thing.
What's that?
First off, green flame blade on this guy right in front of me.
Okay. That's a hit.
Okay. Leave the blade in there when I'm done, and this is sneak attack.
Brainiac, can you queue up Tragic Prince?
Sure.
So the music doesn't crash your Discord anymore, Sunriser?
That dretch
No, I
is
figured out-
gone and done for. So how do you finish that one off?
Call it a fancy twirl of my hand and straight through the head.
All right, and down it goes. Where would you like to direct your green flame?
Directly onto the second one.
All right, that's automatic 2.
Mhm.
All right, it doesn't look like it can take much more either.
That's all, since I didn't need the second half of that.
Okay, Elias.
Okay, so question. So Morgantha has fully transitioned to the ethereal plane at this point, correct?
Correct.
Can she still hear us, the words that we say?
No, she's in a different plane of existence.
So she doesn't have much of a presence at all where we're at. Like, she can't see us or hear us?
Right, she can't see or hear you.
Damn. I did have an idea, but that's not going to work then. Okay, I'm going to heal Alexandria then.
Thank you.
And this should do pretty well. I'm going to cast the second level Cure Wounds.
Excellent, yeah. That was half her damage.
Yay!
All right, well, Mr. Jeeves, you're next up, and you have the final dretch in front of you.
Woohoo. Alright.
Hit it with a brick and let's get out of here.
Can I like throw a pie at it?
Sure, there's pies in the oven.
Oh my god.
They're probably Dark Elemental. This is partially Castlevania based.
Oh, it's like Portrait of Ruin, the Jonathan's pies. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Memory. They are made. They are made from children, so I don't think it can get much more Dark Elemental than that.
All right, these pies are really hot, but you grab one anyway, and you
Well, it's a
toss
quick action. It's like.
All right, hot pie
Yeah.
in the face, right into the dretch's face, and roll 1d4. 1.
Wow. Ow.
It looks like it deliciously enjoys the pie, even though it's burning it.
Oh no. I saw it
actually,
shift the wound
you know
for a
what?
second there.
Because
Did you
it's
just
a
heal
drain
it?
pie. No. he needs to make
He's
a
been
Constitution save.
Are you gonna drug it?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Oh wow, it failed.
Oh god.
You see the drench just slump down with, although its face is horribly ugly, the best thing you could guess would be a smile. Alexandra,
It
you remember
looks-
the paradise you went to was your own personal little paradise, but this thing is probably imagining chomping on, well,
Child bits.
All
yeah.
of you.
So, the
Wow.
dretch looks like it's been disabled. What would you guys like to do? It's
Critic
Alexandra's next.
I presume the dark energy orb doesn't have any ability to affect the ethereal plane, so I'm useless now.
Oh well, no, you're not useless. I skipped you. You could attack the dretch.
Kill
if
the
you'd like.
dretch, but if it's disabled, the were-raven's lawful good. I don't think it would attack the dretch if it's disabled. It's not going to stop anyone else, but
I'm killing it.
yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. Ah, yeah, you definitely
Yep.
are.
Yeah, that was damn near critical. Okay, yes, you finish it off. Okay, aside from knowing that in a very close plane of existence that is neighboring yours, there's a witch that may be bleeding to death. She looked like she was on her very last little bit of hit points. But you're free to explore or whatnot.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
a chest I see?
I'm gonna hunt for shinies.
Shiny,
Alright,
Jeeves, are the children safe?
shiny, shiny.
Yeah, the children are just outside the door.
I'm going to take out one of the 3 gold rings I got from the death house and give one to the raven.
Shiny!
Ooh. Alright, you now have a golden ring, a golden shiny ring, Mr. Raven.
Shiny!
Mr.
Elias
Jeeves,
is going.
roll a perception
Elias is
check.
going outside to check on the children.
Okay, you find him out there.
Okay.
I'm gonna hunt for treasure.
Yeah.
Roll a
I'm gonna look
perception.
around too.
Before.
Ooh, natural 20.
Okay.
Just make sure I know there's only one thing here. You notice that small human bones litter the flagstone floor.
Where's all her gold pieces?
You see
I guess she's still
amongst the
holding those.
clutter, you hear a lot of frogs and chickens.
We don't need any more sacrifices, do we?
Hopefully not.
It might be helpful to bring some of this home to the Elleroon.
I guess we could take a supply of pies with us, just in case we need to entrance people.
I will not willingly feed these pies to anyone else knowing what they contain.
Oh, that's it.
Considering you've already eaten child now.
Like I knew what was in it.
I told you not to eat it then.
How many pies are there, Mike?
A dozen.
My vote is we sweep this place clean. We look for whatever we can of value, and we burn the inside.
Well, in one of the cabinets, Mr. Jeeves noticed a bunch of wooden bowls full of herbs and baking ingredients. There's flour, sugar, several gourds of powdered bone. Hanging inside the cabinet doors are a dozen locks of hair. Amid various concoctions, there are 3 small labeled containers that hold elixirs. One labeled youth, another labeled laughter, and another labeled mother's milk. Let's see if I can get my party sheet thing working here for inventory. Drag that parcel over.
I think Jeeves is mostly looking for where she kept all that money she made from the pies.
Yeah.
Probably in a purse around her waist,
Yeah.
which is now in the ethereal plane with her.
You find a chicken coop. It's got 3 chickens, a rooster, and a few laid eggs in it. And there's a wooden trunk that you hear a lot of croaking from.
Actually, how far away from Barovia are we at this point?
The village?
Yes.
I can tell you exactly how far. One moment, please.
I'm sorry, I thought you was corn.
No, I was trying to be nice to you, but then you go and say something like that.
I was watching that episode the other day, I'm sorry.
You're about 10 miles away from the village.
That was going to be my guess, yeah.
About how long would it take to cover the distance there and back?
It would take you about... Let's see. You move about 3 miles every hour. So... about 20 hours to get there and back.
10 miles?
Well, he said there and back. So that's 20 miles. Wait a minute. 3, 6, 9. That's
Yeah,
three. A little over 3 hours. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
retarded.
Yeah, I was gonna say moving 3
So
miles an
about
hour.
6 hours to get there and back.
Yeah, about 6 or 7.
We should consider returning to Barovia.
If one of you says, "As the crow flies," I swear to God, I'm pecking your eyes out.
Not the first thing on my mind. We're like, we should warn Ismark, at least, what we found about Morgantha.
Exactly.
Can I check
Well,
upstairs quick?
That's a good point. Good point, Jack. But these children may actually be from Valaki as well.
You haven't talked to the children yet. You've just kind of checked up on them.
Yeah,
In my head, hey, where are you from?
Sure. Okay. So is everyone going outside?
I want to go upstairs and check. So
just me and Jack talking to the kids then.
All right. So are we looting first and talking later, or?
splitting up.
Jack
You
and
didn't
Elias
know.
are heading outside, and Jeeves and I are heading upstairs.
Okay. And since it's so late, I think we'll wrap up now. And I just wanted to say thank you to Brainiac for coming in and guest playing with us. It was a
Sure
pleasure.
thing.
Yes, thank you. That was awesome.
I'm sorry I spoiled it a little earlier than I was wanting to, but yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Nah, that just lets us talk to you more. So, did you want to say anything to the players? Because you know that as a Were-Raven, you...
Yeah, before Alexandra leaves the room, because Alexandra's the only one who actually fed me. Y'all can just get bent. Yeah. Before they leave, Were-Raven lands and bows to Alexandra, Lady Alexandra, and I wish to introduce myself. My name is Malphus. Over at Lay Sunraiser.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for your assistance during this battle. It was greatly appreciated.
I've been following you for some time, obviously, and I'm aware of at least some of your quest. And I thought it might behoove you for, shall we say, a gift, a token, a identifier of sorts. The extends his hybrid arm, and with only the briefest moment of what appears to be pain, manages to pluck out one of his wing feathers. Thankfully, I have more than enough. He hands it to Alexandra. I believe you may need this to identify yourself. I believe you are traveling, and you will need one of these, I believe, where you are going, to identify yourselves. To identify yourselves that you are allies. As such, may wish to have this. If you present this certain members of the Order of the Feather, I believe they own a tavern nearby. I believe it's called. Raven takes a moment and thinks. Water Inn. I'm sorry, I've been in my Raven form for so long. Occasionally you forget things. There's only so much that can fit in a bird's head.
That's all right.
If you present them that feather, they will recognize it as one of mine, and they will know that you are to be trusted. I believe they can help you.
I will keep it close to me always. Thank you.
Hopefully they can help the children as well. Actually, you might want to send your allies. I think a few of them are running off. Obviously, we'd all like them to be free, but I'm not entirely certain they'll be safe on their own. So you all might want to. And as they do so, Malthus reverts to his raven form, takes one last look at everything, at where the night hag disappeared, emits one loud So yeah, you now have a were-raven feather to identify yourselves as. I suppose having the feather of a lawful good is, helpful.
Yep. And then our little raven friend poops and flies away. And that's where we'll wrap it up for tonight.
I hope we get to see the raven again. That was awesome.
Right on the barrel. Right in
Right on the barrel.
There's one little Draki or whatever hand trying to reach up out of the dregs the ichor, and he just takes a dump on it and it just melts. Considering I just bought a car and they were going on and on about how bird poop is so acidic it'll eat your car enamel, it seems appropriate.
Indeed. Okay, well, as always, it's a pleasure playing with all of you, and I hope you enjoyed the session. Next week, we will resolve what happens with these children, explore the rest of this this windmill, and I guess after that, it'll probably be off to Vallaki, unless something terrible reroutes you elsewhere.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Well, thank you again,
That was
everyone.
awesome.
Thanks,
No
Mike.
problem.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mike.
guys.
Because I got work in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Well, night all.
Bye.
Good night. Later, guys.